Who's ever heard of baking sushi?
I had not until I had did it with a friend. Super easy, very accessible, not scary to make on your own. Kids love it, adults love it.
And she basically made this one on her own.
Yeah. And you can kind of put whatever you want in it. So it's
You,
fun.
you know, I would have never guessed that this would work out. And I brought it to a work potluck, and everyone had a great time with it.
Have fun. Time to make your sushi rice mixture. You're going to start with a quarter cup of rice vinegar. You're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt.
She was mixing all of that while 3 cups of rice were cooking in the rice cooker. Let's fluff up that rice and put it all in a baking dish.
I'm putting all the rice in a baking tray because I can't mix up this rice, or I can't fluff it in that bowl. It's just a little too small.
So this allows you to disperse that rice, and now you can disseminate the seasoning all over it.
Here I go. I'm about to pour the seasoning on. Give it a little mix, and then I just kind of evenly try to disperse it. And I start little by little, and I mix it in. You don't want to dump it all at once because you want to make sure that you're adding it to your taste. So I'm just gradually adding it and mixing it, tasting the rice, seeing if it's a little too light, and if it is, then I add a little more and mix it again.
Basically, spread the love.
But one thing to note here is you don't want to add too much. It should just be coated. It shouldn't be overly wet. It shouldn't be too dry. But it is very important to do this when the rice is hot because otherwise it doesn't really absorb well.
Like she said, taste as you go. We pre-baked the salmon because this was a potluck dish that we brought to work the next day, so we wanted to prep it beforehand.
So this salmon is part of the filling, and so we put it in a bowl, and you're just going to kind of break it up into salmon flakes. Now, sushi bakes are pretty forgiving. I think you can make it your own journey for the filling. I like to use a lot of imitation crab because I really like imitation crab. So this is the pack that I got. They usually come frozen. You just want to thaw them, and you'll find that these sticks that you find, next to each other are individually wrapped. So you have to unwrap them. Make sure you're not cutting into plastic. Now this is an optional step. I kind of split them lengthwise to 2 or 3 pieces. You don't have to do that. You can certainly just chop them up with a knife. Once I finished splitting them lengthwise, now I take a knife and I just cut them into small bite-sized pieces.
If you like imitation crab, drop a thumbs up. If you don't like imitation crab like I don't, add a comment.
Once you've chopped them up, add them to your salmon flake mixture. Now this may be controversial, but to make it a little bit healthier, I do a mixture of Greek yogurt and mayonnaise. There's all that mayonnaise. And just put them in, mix the mixture up, see if it looks like it's coated enough. If it's not, add more.
Essentially, we're cutting down the amount of mayonnaise with the substitution of Greek yogurt. That's high protein with no saturated fats or trans fatty acids.
Once you've mixed it up, add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Now, because this was for a potluck, and after I mixed that up, I found that I didn't think there was enough filling, so I added some tuna. And just like I said earlier, you can add whatever you like. Make it your own. To spice it up a little bit, I also added a little bit of sriracha. We like the Costco brand. Well, it's not the Costco brand, but it's a brand that you get from the Costco with a dragon on it. We find it's pretty close to the OG sriracha.
Now that your protein is all seasoned up, it's time to add another layer to your sushi bake.
Just make sure to spread it out evenly over the entire tray. Furikake seasoning time. I don't really remember which kind I bought. There's a lot of different kinds that you can get at Tokyo Central or Nijiya. They all kind of come in this sort of container. I believe I got the Bonito Flake one for this time. Now this is a totally optional step because you don't have to heat it up, but you can heat it up. I would bake it at 350 for maybe 10 minutes. Now the second to last step is adding some avocados. We probably use maybe 3 whole avocados. Also from the Costco's, our favorite place in the world. And typically I would cube this up, but because it was for a potluck, I thought maybe some slices will look pretty.
Presentation. Subscribe if you like beautifully presented food.
Now time for the toppings. This time I did a unagi sauce. You could probably do like a tonkatsu sauce or an okonomiyaki sauce. I think would also taste really good. I do a unagi sauce layer, and then I do a mayonnaise layer, and then very last touch, I do some more furikake seasoning. When you eat this, you want to eat it with some nori, and you can just do the lazy way and buy those pre-packaged nori packets. That's what we did for the potluck, so that like people didn't have to share with each other. Or you can buy proper nori that's not seasoned, which is the traditional way, and eat it that way.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it as much as Esteban and I did right here.